Hi there, welcome to my views and news. Firstly, viewers, the fuel supplies have been suspended to Tigray. It seems that federal government is trying to pressurize TPLF and TDF into submission. Secondly, Fano groups, four Fano uh, command centers have announced to launch a major offensive. In fact, they have launched this major offensive against security forces. What is the significance of this announcement? And lastly, US has conducted more strikes on Yemen. A few hours ago, US jets bombarded sites in Yemen. 2 days ago, there was a million march held in Yemen rejecting Trump's statement. Trump warned Houthis a few days ago. Trump conducted strikes. Then a million march was held. Trump conducted more strikes today, and Trump gave 2 month deadline to Iran as well. Let's start, viewers. Firstly, Tigray, where acute fuel shortage is being noticed. Long queues of vehicles outside gas stations being seen. People say that fuel is almost nowhere to be seen, nowhere to be found in Tigray. Price of fuel has doubled. Fuel stations have almost no fuel. It is being said that federal government has suspended the supply of fuel to Tigray. Why? Is it because Getachew has been removed from Tigray by TPLF and TDF? Getachew was federal government's man, and now federal government wants to teach TPLF and TDF a lesson. Or there are logistical issues. Not clear. It's not clear. We'll have to wait to see. We have not seen any official statement from Tigray government so far. TPLF, Tigray generals are trying to keep their calm. They don't want to accuse the federal government. Why? Because they want appointment of new president by the federal government, and then they might raise this issue. So far, they're not raising the issue of fuel shortage publicly. They don't want to criticize federal government publicly now. But fuel shortage is happening in Tigray now. The federal government can create problems for the government of Tigray in several ways. It can stop funds for Tigray government. It can create lots of problems. It can make it difficult for any business coordination between Tigray and other regions. It can impose travel restrictions. There are lots of ways by which federal government can pressurize TPLF and TDF. Let's see PM Abiy's speech on Thursday is crucial. He's expected to talk about Tigray, TPLF, and Eritrea. So let's see what happens. It will be clear in coming hours. So far, people of Tigray are complaining about a shortage of fuel. By the way, shortage of fuel has been noticed in Amhara region too. In Oromia, we saw less fuel shortage, but in Amhara, in BG, in Afar region, in 3 regions, we saw acute shortage of fuel in recent weeks. The shortage of fuel in Tigray, is it due to general fuel shortage in Ethiopia, or well, government has deliberately blocked all supplies to Tigray? That remains to be seen. If federal government has deliberately cut off all supplies of fuel to Tigray, then it's a form of a siege. It's like the Ethiopian government is imposing a siege on Tigray. Secondly, viewers, Fano fighters have launched a coordinated new offensive on security forces today. 4 Fano groups, Shua Fano, Gundar Fano, Gujjum Fano, and Wallo Fano, announced the launch of this operation today. And since the announcement, we've been receiving reports of intense clashes in different parts of the Amhara region. A few of them told you about the closure of Bairdar Gondar Road. Several other roads are closed too. What is the significance of this new offensive? Well, firstly, it's a coordinated offensive. It means that it has not been launched by one Fano group, rather, all Fano groups are on board and they're conducting well coordinated attacks on security forces. Uh, can they continue this coordinated operation against government forces? What is their objective? Do they want to just inflict losses on security forces? Are they interested in territorial gains? Do they want weapons? Do they want logistical uh, supplies by storming main cities, towns? Let's see, that remains to be seen. Fano fighters did not launch lots of such offensives in the past. They launched one or two, I think, only. Once they launched a revenge operation to take revenge for the death of Vante Abate, and they launched one or two other offensives too. I see this offensive as very significant. Fano fighters know that these days Ethiopian government is under pressure. There is uncertainty in Tigray, in neighboring Oromia region. Sadereba group is saying it does not want to talk to government. It is asking OFC and OLF not to talk to the government. PM Abiy's government is not on good terms with Eritrea as well. So internally, PM Abiy's government is definitely facing some problems. Fano fighters take advantage of this situation, and they're in a position now, by the way, to get support from Eritrea too. Eritrea would be happy to support Fano if already it is not supporting Fano. And if somehow Fano fighters reach some sort of agreement with TPLF, they could be a pen in the side of Ethiopian federal government. So the launch of this major offensive by Fano fighters is being confirmed by Fano fighters themselves and by people on the ground. Region will suffer, people will suffer. By road travel is going to be very difficult now. Schools already closed, businesses already closed, hospitals seeing shortage of medicine. If this operation goes on, obviously people will suffer, but will Fano be able to strike decisive blows to the military? That remains to be seen. Last, it was Trump threatened Iran today. Donald Trump, US president, wrote a letter to Iranian supreme leader, giving Iran 2 months to reach a nuclear deal with the US and other partners. Iran signed JCPOA in the past with EU, US, and other and some European countries. Democrats signed that JCPOA deal, but when Trump came to power last time, he withdrew from that deal. Under that deal, Iran received billions of dollars in return for freezing its nuclear program. Trump again. Now Trump wants Iran to sign a nuclear deal with Western partners, Western countries, US, etc. Let's see. Will Iran listen? Iran under pressure because Iran's allies are weak now. Hamas, Hezbollah in Lebanon have been weakened recently. Meanwhile, more airstrikes have been conducted in Yemen today. US jets dropped bombs on some targets in Sana'a and in other parts of Yemen on Wednesday. 2 days ago, US conducted strikes in Yemen, and US warned Houthis, saying that if Houthis continue attacks on commercial ships, then they'll be hit in a manner they have never been hit before. After that, we saw a million march in Yemen, people to the streets in Yemen, condemning the aggression of Donald Trump, US president. But tens of thousands of people took part in the demonstration, chanting slogans against the US, against Donald Trump, US president. But again, today, US fighter jets conducted strikes on targets in Yemen. Yemeni Houthi sources say that civilians have been killed in these strikes, while Americans say that Houthi military sites were hit in tonight's airstrikes. While Trump claims to be working to end wars, he seems to be fueling wars as well. He backed Israeli strikes on Gaza, killing 300 people 2 days ago. Now, Trump is conducting strikes on Yemen. Houthi said they'll fight back. Trump is threatening Iran. Will Iran submit? Trump threatened Ukraine, urging Ukraine to reach a deal with Russia. Ukraine Russia talks might start. They have agreed, Russia has agreed to announce a partial ceasefire. So Trump is trying to coerce the parties to conflict to come to the table, and he is forcing weaker parties. He's putting pressure on weaker parties to negotiate and agree to terms and conditions being laid out by stronger parties to the conflict. Thank you for watching.